Hey guys, it's Sam with 2M's and welcome to another MYXclusive interview. As you guys can see, I have a very special guest here with me. We have an artist who has been giving us like major vibes with her music, and I'm so excited to talk to her about like how she started making music, her newest singles, and all of that. So everyone, please welcome the very talented Elio.
Hi.
Hi, Elio. Thank you for joining us today. We're very excited to have you here.
I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah. So to everyone watching us, Elio is actually calling us from Toronto. So it's like 11 p.m. over there. So once again, thank you so much, Elio, for joining us. But how have you been recently?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Mhm.
I've been just writing and producing and stuff like that. Canada's in lockdown, so had just a lot of time to kind of chill and write and really focus on what I'm releasing next.
Oh, so you guys are still in lockdown over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, us too. Don't worry. We're also experiencing the same thing. So that's kind of comforting in its own way. But I do want to ask too, because the past year has been a little bit crazy for everyone. We never really saw this happening, especially when it first started out. So how was it kind of adjusting in the first year or the last year with everything that's been going on?
I mean, it was really weird. I hadn't released a song outside of COVID. Like the first song that I released was right when lockdown started in Canada.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of all these like plans that I had for the year just kind of got thrown out, which I'm actually kind of happy about because I feel like I wouldn't have been able to release so much music if I didn't have the time to kind of like sit down and write it. So it's been like both sides of the spectrum where like I've been happy to have the downtime, but also like I can't wait to go like tour and do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine. I feel like that's all of us at one point during this time. Like we're like, okay, we're gonna slow things down. We're gonna enjoy this time, and then after a while, we're like, oh my god, I just want to do something else and kind of like get out there and do other stuff. So I mean, it's nice to see that you're also kind of experiencing the same thing. But you did mention that your music has been mostly released during this period of time, which I think has been, like what you said, a great thing because you've had a lot of experience writing too. So how was it also kind of staying creative in the past year? I know it can be difficult too, especially with everything that's been going on in the world. Sometimes it's hard to find inspiration, but how is it for you, Elio, throughout like everything that's been going on and still creating music?
Yeah, I mean, for the first couple months, I like couldn't write at all because a lot of what I write is about like my like present experiences, and I wasn't really having too many. And so I stopped writing for a couple months, and then I started writing again, and I started writing for other artists, like for pitch, which really helped me like get into it. And then eventually. I produced and I finished writing the EP that just came out in January. So it took a little bit of time to like get back into it and almost find a different way to write as well. That wasn't like solely relying on like, going places and missing people and all that stuff.
Ooh, so it kind of like changed a little bit your perspective about like writing too. So what do you think became like that push for you to get over that hump of not being able to write?
Honestly, I wrote a K-pop song
Oh.
last May,
Mhm.
and it was just so it was so fun. I got the
Mhm.
track, and it was just like really catchy melodies that I just had to come up with, and
Mhm.
the song was about COVID, so it was actually obviously really easy to write from experience and stuff. Yeah, and that just kind of like it reminded me that I actually do like writing songs,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, which
Yeah.
really helped me get back into it for sure.
I feel like, yeah, sometimes when we pressure ourselves too much, like for example, like to be writing, it really won't come. But like
Totally.
after a while, it will definitely just come out of nowhere. But I'm sure a
Mhm.
lot of our audience and like the people who are watching would love to get to know you more as an artist too. Cause like you mentioned, you really put out a lot of music during this whole pandemic, during COVID. But how did you actually start making music in the first place?
Um, I mean, I've been writing like songs
Hmm.
since I was like a kid. When
Hmm.
I moved to Canada, um, I was like writing songs about moving to Canada and like all that stuff. But I started really making music in high school. I had like a alternative rock band, um, and yeah, I would release songs there and play shows, and that's where I really started like producing as well.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just discovered new genres, and the writing moved
Hmm.
forward from there to like where it is.
Hmm.
So it was really kind of a natural progression for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was a natural like you were in a band and then now you're kind of like doing your music. So at first, like was there any kind of like sound that you were drawn towards and how much has it changed since then?
I mean, in high school, I listened to like almost exclusively like Radiohead and Tame
Mhm.
Impala and like Mac DeMarco.
Mhm. Ooh,
And
so good.
then and then in first year university, I actually like
Mhm.
discovered the 1975,
Oh.
um, which like was a total segue to pop music for
Mhm.
me, because it's like
Yeah.
kind of the best of both worlds.
That's so
Uh,
true. Mhm.
yeah, and so I started, discovering like Troye Sivan and um, like Charlie and so many amazing like kind of pop leaning but not super pop
Mhm.
artists, and yeah, just been delving into different genres and
Yeah.
different artists ever since.
I love that it's always been just like such a natural progression for you, like Radiohead to like Tame Impala to like the 1975. I feel like that was such a natural progression too. I mean, those are such good artists too, and like to see you grow from your influences too has been really cool. So, like, if you were to describe Elio yourself as an artist to someone who has never heard your music or has never heard your work before, how would you kind of describe yourself as an artist?
um I would say it's like very different types of pop music. I mean, some of my songs are like I have a song called Charger, which is like super in your face pop, and then I have some more like almost like country leaning pop
Yeah.
songs, um,
Mhm.
and then also some like R&B leaning pop songs. So it's just kind of a whole mess of pop.
Which is great. All the facets of pop rolled into like one person and like artistry. So which is really cool. And I'm sure a lot of people are really excited to hear from you, especially after you released like two reworked versions of your song. So like the one you just mentioned, Charger, which is now with Charlie XCX. So could you tell us more about how this collaboration with you and Charlie actually came about?
Yeah. I mean, Charlie's my manager.
Mhm.
And I met her a couple of years ago now, in New York. And yeah, I mean, she's just been helping me, um, and kind of guiding me with releasing music and writing songs and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I mean, I was kind of scared to ask her
Yeah.
what we were doing.
I can
I mean, she's
imagine. Yeah.
we literally have a group chat. It's her and my two other managers, and I was
Mhm.
like, how do you feel about maybe doing a feature verse? And I mean, luckily she was totally into the idea, but yeah, I mean, it was pretty natural though. Like she helped me kind of mold the songs that are on that EP. So yeah, I like to think she likes it.
I love that. But I can imagine, yeah, like it can be like quite scary and also intimidating to ask your manager to actually work with you on a song. But once you know you got over that step, you were able to ask and it came naturally. So what was it actually like working with Charlie as Charlie rather than kind of her like as your manager?
It's super weird. I mean, I've told her before, like, there's two different, because I write with Charlie as well. But like, there's two different versions of Charlie to me. Like, there's Charlie who's in my group chat, who is my manager, and I write songs with, and we send each other like stupid voice notes. And then there's like Charlie Xcx, which like the worlds rarely ever cross. And releasing Charger, I was like, yeah, Charlie's doing a verse. And all my friends were like, Charlie's doing a verse. And I was like, yeah. And then I like got the song and I was like, oh my God, Charlie XCX is doing a verse on my song. So it's kind of, yeah, you don't really realize until you take a second to just kind of like have it all sink in.
That's true. I can imagine, especially because like the line can be so blurred sometimes, but when you finally realize, you're like, oh, it's actually Charlie XCX, and that's crazy. And that's a huge thing too. So could you tell us more actually about what Charger is about? So this is something that you already released before and you wanted to kind of like rework with Charlie. So could you tell us more about what the song is about?
Yeah, it's about leaving your charger at someone's house. But then it kind of like delves into like, you know, things so much beyond that, and like, you know, why'd you leave your charger at their house, and having it be kind of like this connecting string to you and you know, the like person or ex or party or whatever, like friend that you've just left. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like this one thing that is like not like it's expensive enough that you don't want to go and buy another one, but you use it enough that you want to like have one.
Yeah, it's like this essential.
Totally. And so yeah, it was just really interesting, and you know, the fact that you have to obviously have your phone charged and communicate through your phone to even talk to somebody, just all these things, and it's such a tiny little stupid thing.
Yeah, I love that you got all so profound with just like a charger, which I never thought like something that could be possible. I've never thought of it that way, and now I'm just thinking of all the chargers that I've left at like people's houses and like just crazy. So how did you actually come up with like the idea for the song? Because I can imagine it's actually like very like a charger. It's like normal and everyone has one. So how did you actually come up with the idea for the song?
I wrote it with my friend Brett, and we had like the beginning of the chorus. We were like, I don't want to go back because I left my. We're like, oh, what do we leave? Like what is like the perfect thing to like sum up this whole situation? And my first song that I released was My Friends Online, and even throughout like the last couple EPs, technology and how it connects me to my friends or my boyfriend or my family has been like such a common theme. And so yeah, it felt like a really obvious thing to put in.
I love that. Now I'm always just gonna think of my charger and like take care of it, and like
it's such a like terrible joke now. I'll be like on a meeting with my managers and I'll be like, oh, sorry guys, let me just get my charger and my battery's about to die, and they'll be like, on brand.
Yeah. I love that. Now I feel like you can't look at chargers in the same way anymore. It's just charger. Yeah, I love that.
Forever.
Yeah, haunted forever, but in a good way, of course. I'm sure a lot of people love the song. I mean, I love the song. It's always stuck in my head. Every time I hear it, it's just always there. And I feel like I love a lot of people also experience this, but I also really love the music video for this one, the one with Charlie too. So could you tell us more about like how it was creating this music video with her?
I mean, she's in LA, so
Yeah.
me and my friend Sahil were shooting the music video, and it was just going to be for the regular song.
Mhm.
And like we were just running around. It was really hard because it was locked down, and so
Yeah.
it was just the two of us, and yeah, we were doing all kinds of fisheye stuff, and yeah, we had this idea that the phone would be sitting on the desk, and we could like green screen Charlie in, and yeah, so like literally we were shooting the music video, which like I think we shot it like a week before it actually came out. Like we were not prepared. And yeah, we were like, Charlie absolutely needs to like be sitting on the phone and like have it be like we're FaceTiming her. So yeah, we asked Charlie, and she sent it in like 2 seconds, so it worked out.
Wow. I love it. That it just kind of worked out. And I love that you kind of did it like last minute and it all worked out in the end. And I feel like it's so relatable because I feel like that was a lot of us at home kind of just like running around, going crazy and all of that. So major vibe, I would say. The music video is a major vibe. But I also do want to talk about another rework song that you put out, which is LA and 2 with Valley. So how did you actually come up with the collaboration with Valley?
I mean, I've known Valley for so long. They're like really close friends of mine. I actually went to high school with Rob and Alex in the band. So yeah, I mean, I think I started my artist project, and they were already like a band that was doing super well, and a lot of my friends and stuff look up to them. And so yeah, when I was doing the remix EP and looking for people to do songs, it was kind of the perfect one. I mean, my boyfriend's in Valley as well, so it's kind of funny that like there's this song that I wrote about moving to LA with him, and now he's gone and done his own version. So yeah, it's really interesting, and it's also like I think it was really cool to listen to something where like I see them obviously like weekly, if not like most days, and so like hearing something from people that like we share similar music tastes, and obviously like a similar life and surroundings and stuff, and even how different their perspective on that can be. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I love that for both of these songs, like with Charger and with LA and 2, you worked with people you already knew like on a personal level, and then kind of like working with them on music, I think must have been like a crazy experience for you too. Like working with your boyfriend, I feel like, and having him, like what you said, kind of rework a song that you wrote about a certain experience about. Like, so I feel like that was crazy for you. So what was your reaction when you kind of heard like their version of LA and 2?
I mean, I thought it was so cool. I think the biggest part was like obviously they added their own like verse, and yeah, I don't know, it was just really interesting because like we're obviously like all in Toronto, and we're planning probably after COVID to make our way down to LA. So I think just like them adding a verse was so perfect, because they're pretty much in the same position as I am. So yeah, I mean, I love it. It was really good. They made it a bop.
Yeah, they made it a bop. I love that. And I love that you guys are sharing that kind of same journey too. And like eventually, hopefully, when you guys finally do get to move to LA, it's like something that you guys can LA into is something like a time capsule, if you will. Kind of like how you go back and like, oh, remember when we wrote the song about just moving to LA? So I feel like that's gonna be a crazy experience for you guys when you finally get to move to LA. But I'm sure a lot of people are so excited too about all the music that you've been working on in lockdown and everything that you have yet to release. So what can we expect coming from you, Elio? I'm sure you have so many plans and so many releases that you want to get through. So what else can we expect from you?
Yeah, I mean, the next few weeks I think are going to be dedicated to more remixes and releasing the whole package, which will be really fun. And then Yeah, I don't know. I'm writing right now, so hopefully I think maybe there'll be a couple singles or maybe like an EP in a few months. But yeah, we'll see. I actually, for the first time in forever, I don't have a release plan, which is actually really nice.
Oh wow. Yeah, I feel like that's also a change of like that's also change, like, you know, just kind of seeing where it goes and seeing where life takes you and the universe takes you. And we can't wait for whatever you have cooking up too. But some people too are asking, like in our comments, do you have artists that you would want to collaborate with, maybe someone in K-pop or like any other artists that you want to work with?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in K-pop, I write with and for TXT all the time, so that's been amazing. I love them. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people. Like this remix EP was, it kind of made me addicted to collaborating with people. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
So I really want to do some more features with people that hopefully I look up to and have looked up to for a while.
Ooh, that's exciting. I'm sure a lot of people are excited. And you mentioned though you've been working with TXT a lot. So how's that experience? Kind of writing for them too. And have you guys ever met like in real life, or was it everything just kind of like done online?
Yeah, no, everything is done online. Yeah, the first song I wrote was in May. It was We Lost the Summer.
Great song. I love TXT.
Me too. Yeah, so we literally haven't met online or we haven't met in person. And yeah, I don't know if I'll ever, well, I mean, I'm sure I'll meet them at some point, but like
hopefully.
Yeah, might be a little while before we meet, but yeah, it's been really fun. I mean, they're so good, and it's really nice to just be able to write like super pop songs with them. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Like pop songs too that are like massive in like Korea too, which is so far from where you are. I can imagine that's like a crazy experience. And my mind is so blown that you're actually working with like TXC and like you're being able to not only produce your own music but also help other artists create their music. So we're even more excited to see what else you have cooking up what else you've been cooking up for this year, and we can't wait. But before I do let you go, Elio, do you have a message to everyone who's been supporting your music and listening to your music?
Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I really want to meet everyone, and I cannot wait till I can tour and go places and meet y'all. And yeah, I hope everyone is good and mentally happy, because I feel like that's the more than just staying safe from COVID. I feel like it's just, you know, tough times. So I hope y'all are doing okay.
For sure. Not just like health wise, but also like mental health wise. I feel like a lot of us are struggling, but yeah, like what Elio said, we hope everyone is doing okay. But once again, thank you so much, Elio, for hanging out with me today. It was nice getting to talk to you about music and just life in general. So we hope you're doing fine too on your side of the world. Hopefully things are great over there, and we can't wait to have you over in the Philippines when things are okay.
Yes, I would love that.
Yes, we can't wait. So once again, everyone, this has been Elio and Sam with 2Ms. Don't forget to stream all of Elio's music up on multiple digital streaming platforms. So once again, thank you, Elio.
Thank you so much.
Yay. Bye, guys.
Bye.